Good morning and welcome to CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living, Greater Boston. I'm Gina and I'm the Spiritual Director, blessed to be in service this morning. And we are here live in Medford, Massachusetts, and very excited. We have a special guest with us all the way from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. So Rev Steph is blessing us with an amazing message this morning. And our topic today doesn't get any better. Say yes to the yes. How wonderful is that? Say yes to the yes. Life itself is living and breathing and moving right here, right now, as each one. And it is a celebration. It is springtime in New England and everything is beginning to bud. It's just starting. It's April. Which blows my mind that we're already in April and it's a whole time of new beginnings. So this day, this saying yes to the yes is a perfect time to really settle into ourselves, into the new birth of life, the rebirth, the new beginnings of life itself. So we are here to celebrate life itself today in new and amazing ways. And we're going to begin with Daniel Nahmod's Get Ready, My Soul.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here. And I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer. sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
So, as we get ready, as we enter into this beautiful philosophy of science of mind that we practice here at CSL and here at CSL Greater Boston, that we are that culmination of philosophy, science, and religion. We are that mixture of all that there is in what I call truth. And to get us started in a sacred way, we have Barbara, our beloved practitioner, Barbara, who is going to be doing our invocation this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Please take a deep breath, knowing that God, all powerful, all knowing, everywhere present at the same time, is right here in this very space with us. And that presence is all powerful. And what is true about each of us is that individually we are all powerful in our own unique worlds, that we have the creativity. And this month's message is about creativity. We are creating consciously and wisely with our minds, with our thoughts, with our feelings, with our beliefs, and knowing that God is listening and feeling and sensing us. And so as we create wisely if we know this truth. Otherwise, we just create and not necessarily create the best effects. This philosophy, this thought process is so helpful and beautiful for us. And today we have a message of say yes to the yes, which has just made me feel so powerful just hearing those words. Because I know when I'm ready to make a change, I sometimes struggle with the thoughts about should I do it, shouldn't I do it, is it going to be right, is it going to be wrong? So I'm going to think to myself, I made the decision to say yes to that thought, and I'm going to follow through with the yes to the yes. And I love it, and I am looking forward to hearing our speaker, Steph, and I am also looking forward to hear the rest of what Gina might have to say today. And let's all get ready for this great service with "And So It Is."
Thank you so much, Barbara. Thank you for that message. And we have a beautiful reading from our beloved Karen, who is going to do our sacred reading for today.
Good morning. Hi, everyone. So I took the reading from 365 Days of Richer Living, Daily Inspirations. It's Ernest Holmes' book. And it's called Heaven is My World Today. The unlimited action of God surrounds me on every hand, and I rejoice to see it. It merely seeks my recognition to become my experience today. Resolutely, I turn to the good, the perfect, and the true, and claim these as my world and my experience. They respond with ease, for they await my acceptance to be real to me. God's beauty is in every person. God's intelligence is in everything, and God's unalterable law is maintaining order. All this is mine, for it has created me to rejoice in it and be glad. Perfect good surrounds me. Perfect light acts through me. I can make every dream come true and every demonstration come to pass. No restrictions save my own inabilities to see God in all and through all. I lift my eyes and behold greatness in every man and healing in every heart. The peace which has never been disturbed is now revealed to me. The divine plan is now obvious to me, and I am amazed at what I can be. I can move with ease, for all life is impelling me forward into new and greater experiences. Now I see the nothingness of evil, the stupidity of blaming the past, and accepting limitation in the future. This will never confuse me again, for the allness of God is mine today. In this heaven of God's presence is revealed my own possibilities. I will become the person God intended me to be. There is nothing to prevent my spiritual evolution. I grow in grace each hour, and I find more and more of God in my present environment. Where yesterday I saw a problem, today I see a possibility. I am at ease. Life is more fully mine than ever before, and I never cease to thank God for all that His mind has revealed to me. And so it is. Thank you.
And so it is. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. And so it is. And we're going to play a wonderful song by Reverend Melissa Felipe that's called Rise Up with Spirit. So let's just allow that to lift us and prepare us for the joy that's going to unfold in the message.
Not gonna cave into this pain in my heart. Not gonna listen to lies of self-hatred. Not gonna cry over yesterday's loss. Slip into darkness and wallow in pain. I've been there and done that, and I will not again. Instead, I'm gonna rise up with spirit. I'm gonna rise up, remembering who I am. I'll rise up with spirit. Now I surrender. I'm not gonna fear it. I'm gonna rise up with spirit. You see me sitting with a smile on my face, counting all of the blessings I'm given, learning to love me the way that He does. I'll open my heart and let it all in. I know it gets better with each moment I'm in. I win. I'm gonna rise up with spirit. I'm gonna rise up, remembering who I am. I'll rise up with spirit. Now I surrender. I'm not gonna fear it. I'm gonna rise up with spirit. I'm gonna rise up with spirit. I'm gonna rise up, remembering who I am. I'll rise up with spirit. Now I surrender. I'm not gonna fear it. I'm gonna rise up with spirit. Now I surrender. I'm not gonna fear it. I'm gonna rise up with spirit. Now I surrender. I'm not gonna fear it. I'm gonna rise up with spirit. I'm gonna rise up with spirit.
So as we rise up with spirit and remember who I am. Each one is that I am presence, that powerful I am presence. And I am so excited to introduce our Our guest speaker today is someone that just radiates light and joy. Reverend Steph St. Amand is the co-founding spiritual director of One Love Awakening, a virtual community devoted to bridging hearts, awakening minds, and transforming lives. Called to spread a message of love and acceptance, Reverend St. Amand is a spiritual teacher, international international speaker, content creator, and author. Rev Steph's work is found in the award-winning best-selling book Navigating the Clicky Clack: How to Live a Peaceful Life in a Seemingly Toxic World. And what I am absolutely in love with was last month's messages from Science in My magazine. If you have not read it, find yourself a copy. You can get digital copies of Science in Mind. You can, whatever you need to, reach out to me. I'll help you find it. Truly just radiates. Beautiful message. They're a cultivator of radical joy, living in their joy, making spiritual practice a global experience with long-lasting live stream show as a host of Wake Up, Say Thank You, which is, I believe, Monday through Friday. I think it's 5 days a week. Might be 6. You'll have to let me know. I am so excited to bring you here today for our beloved community. Is it 5 days or 6 days?
Monday through Friday.
Okay. And just amazing to have you here with us, Reverend Steph St. Amand. Thank you for being here from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, all the way to, the beauty of the virtual, the beauty of technology is we remember the oneness. So in that oneness, thank you, and I hand it off to you.
Thank you. Thank you. And in that oneness, right, there's no borders, there's no territories, there is nothing dividing that divine infinite substance. And I do get to share my microphone with my snoring dog, so you might hear her. She can get a little loud. So bear with her little meditation over there while we're in this presence and in this experience together. Thank you so much for having me and allowing me to share this space and time with you all. I'm so grateful to be here, and it's a part of that saying yes to the yes, right? Being a part of this experience is providing me the opportunity to say yes, to share this time and space with each and every one of you. And I don't know about you, but I've spent a lot of my life focusing on the no. And I think that we've had our share of no. And it does create a lot of information inside of us that allows us to percolate and move through different situations. We add things to our backpacks and our luggage as we stroll through life. And today I want to talk about saying yes to that yes. Ernest Holmes wrote, "We are the laboratory of the divine. What then shall we create? We are the laboratory of the divine. What shall we create?" Infinite creativity is always expanding. The divine, I always think about the minds, that big bang, that first big bang was the thought that created everything. What am I? And so that's our journey as well, saying yes to who we are as unique, unrepeatable expressions of that divine substance. Creativity is who we are. Creativity is our inlet and outlet of the divine, that which caused us to press through this time and place, that we are moving through the sacred expression and experience. So let me move back. Let me uptake to that higher level of consciousness for a moment. And just take a breath with you to be in this powerful presence of spirit, because spirit is all that is. My beloved teacher, Dr. Ken Gordon, the first time I heard him do a spiritual mind treatment, it changed my perspective on how to give treatment, how to be in that place of knowing the truth that is already. And so he would say with such authority, he still says with such authority, there is God and absolutely nothing else. And when he said that first time my ears heard it, I could feel that powerful presence. As Ernest Holmes says to us regularly, there's a power greater than I am, and I can use it. This divine expression of the infinite law, that law of mind is always creating, always expanding, always endeavoring. And we are that. We are this powerful tool user. The infinite law is for us to be a part of, for us to be in use of. And so if we live and move and have our being in that divine substance, the divine substance is in and as and moving and having its being through the articulation, the animation, the reflection of its own substance. And we get to see that. We get to see that working through us as us. We get to know that powerful presence that has created the universe is omnipotent. It is omnipresent. It is absolute powerful presence. It is the infinite mind. It is infinite mind knowing itself in every morsel, in every moment, in every part, in every particle. That divine substance infuses and woven itself into everything it has created. There is only one thing happening. There is God and absolutely nothing else. And so in that expression of spirit, we are spirit. We are spirit, unfolding and enfolding upon our own nature. We have this beautiful, magnificent mind. We have this powerful engagement of a divine thinker that is showing up as an individualized, unique expression. And so that sacred yes is simply saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your authentic nature, your divine self, saying yes to that powerful presence that is supporting you in this day. It has already infused itself into everything that you are. It has already paved the road before you. It has woven itself into a divine blueprint that is showing up as you. Whatever it is that is you is perfect. It is holy. It is sacred. You are an infinite, powerful presence, the inlet and the outlet of divine substance, and everything that you are is worthy of that sacred yes. In fact, the infinite mind has already said all of the yeses it is going to say. It is the past, it is the future, it is the present, it is everything always. So every sacred yes is already present. Every sacred yes is already here. We get to be this human condition as we explore the nature of our own being. That source and supply is infinite and endless. That source and supply of every sacred yes is a powerful expression of an infinite divine substance. It is energy. It is consciousness. It is the fullness of wholeness. It is oneness. And so in that powerful place, there is nothing that could absorb it. There is nothing that could extinguish it. There is nothing that could exhaust it. It is infinite and eternal. And if there was a morsel of something other than that inside that powerful expression of the sacred and holy yes, though it would be chaos. There would be nothing. So if there's nothing, then what do we need to worry about? If there's something, it already is the divine. It is already that sacred and holy yes, expanding upon its own nature. And so this life, this human condition is simply a journey, an endeavoring, an adventure to expand upon our own nature, to expand upon our own brilliant use of the law. We are spirit, remembering we are spirit. We are spirit, remembering that God is the only way God is expressed into this world is through us, through our consciousness, the consciousness of who we are, the thinking and the thinker. is how God, how Spirit, how the infinite intelligence shows up in this life. Everything that is for us for us to use, for us to expand upon, for us to explore. And our minds are divine mind. Our minds are the articulation and animation of that holy and sacred adventure. We are the activity of the divine. Without you, without me, the physicality of spirit would just be spirit. We have the opportunity to be in relationship with the divine. We have the opportunity to be in relationship with something so powerful, so great, so magnificent that it wants everything for us. And so it provides those opportunities for yes. It provides every opportunity for that sacred and holy yes. It provides every opportunity to expand and explore the very nature of divinity within the wholeness that we are, within the wholeness that we are. I am divine love, loving. I am the creative mind creating. I am the only way that joy shows up in this existence, in this world. I am the way. I'm the root for spirit to show up. And so if there's opportunities in front of me that are so profound, so calling forth of that energy that is within me, that looks like love and feels like joy and expands like compassion, then that is worthy of a yes. If we are in our place and our space and feeling constricted and restricted and feeling bogged down by the mud and the fertilizer of the experience that we're having, maybe it's time to expand upon the sacred no. Maybe it's time to say no to the things that don't make me feel good. Maybe it's time to say no to the overactivity of everything that's around me. Maybe it's time to say no to that which does not serve the highest expression of that holy and sacred yes. We are the replicators of an infinite source and substance. We are the replicators of infinite love, divine joy, powerful presence. We are all of that because it is all that is. The law of cause and effect is this provable and usable, universal and accessible law, just as electricity, just as gravity. And so this understanding of our magnificent mind, that we get to explore this life, is profound, that we get to use the laws of nature with authority. We get to use the expression of the divine, and it gets to use us. It gets to use each and every one of us as a unique light bright, that little shard of light in its wholeness, so that the mosaic of its totality is absolute perfection. We are the ocean, remembering that we are the ocean. We are the ocean, remembering it is the ocean. Being an individualized celebration of the infinite divine, we are connected to one another. And the ocean doesn't spend all of its time thinking about the droplet. It thinks, I am the ocean. But the droplet of the ocean spends all of the time thinking, where am I? What am I doing? How am I doing this? What's going on in my life? How can I be bigger than a droplet? Well, honey, you're supposed to be the droplet. You're supposed to be that little spark of the divine so that it can engage its fullness in you, so that you can step up to the plate to say, yes, I am the droplet and I am the ocean. Everything is a part of this beautiful expression of spirit unfolding. The very nature of its being is to create, and you are its reflection. So the very nature of your being is to create. And so as this beautiful human being, we have become amazing storytellers, right? Amazing storytellers. We can tell a story, we can weave a tale, and only some of it is true. The full truth, is in that powerful presence that is greater than we are, that can see everything. We're just in this playing field, and the divine mind is everything always. And we are a part of it. We are that absolute magnificent expression of spirit, wanting to say yes to that sacredness, wanting to it. You can feel it in your body when something good is about to happen. And you can feel it in your body when something not so good is going to happen. There's science that has proven that our body and our heart knows at least 7 seconds before something happens that it's going to scare us. And so our body already prepares us for that expression, right? I've watched documentaries on the 7 seconds. The heart sees 7 seconds ahead of your mind. So let our heart make the decisions. Let us expand upon that heart space for that holy and sacred yes, because we are the answers to our own prayers. And this heart space, this intuitive knower, sometimes people, their heart space is in their gut, right? That inner knower knows before something is transpiring at least 7 seconds before our minds do. So if we allow that expression and experience of faith and patience to be the movement and flow of this life, let that faith and patience walk before you 7 seconds. Let that faith walk before you in that relationship with the divine, to have trust in the universe. The universe has placed you here in its right and perfect place. There's nothing else you need to be doing. There is nowhere else for you to be. Spirit is this infinite divine expression, and we get to participate with it. We get to mold ourselves around it. We get to move and flow and have our being in the divine articulation and animation of its own beingness. And so to create that intimate relationship with the beloved, that's the ability to be in that moment where spirit is wanting something from you and for you. Everything spirit wants from you is for your highest and greatest good. And this body temple is a divine tuning fork to allow us the wisdom to expand upon, right? There's Neville Goddard said, our imagination is our connection to God. And so we get to daydream with that divine. We get to daydream. We get to create an intimate relationship with the beloved by engaging in this relationship, by engaging in that beautiful interwovenness and interbeingness with the divine. So saying yes to the yes, we are the heartbeat of the beloved. So we are simply the beloved saying yes to ourselves. And when we have that beautiful expression of saying yes to ourselves, we get to live our authentic selves. We get to live in our true nature of being. We don't need to hold back from ourselves our good. Divine substance, infinite mind, is not withholding from us. Our conviction is that beautiful energy. And so how do we build a relationship with the divine? How do we build on this relationship? For me, it's been discipline, determination, courage, and faith. Our conviction to know that we are worthy of the divine substance that is within us because it is in us. And we know that it is in us because we are living and breathing and having our being in this moment. This is the only moment we have. This is the only moment we get to love the divine. And we love the divine by being present for it, by engaging in the substance of it, by experimenting with our understanding, with our wisdom, with our imagination. We get to experience and experiment just as in the laboratory of life. This moment is the petri dish of all that could be created. All possibilities are living in this moment. And once we know how to believe and to think from our worthiness, once we know, we can trust that infinite intelligence by creating this relationship of communication and divine awareness of one another. I'm aware of the divine, and therefore the divine is aware of that which I am. We grow and we nurture and we expand. And it is daily, consistent relationship building. We do this through meditation. We do this through sitting in silence and stillness and contemplating contemplating life's adventure, contemplating what it is you truly want in your life, what it is that you truly desire in your life. The universe only has one answer. It is yes. The universe just keeps pouring itself and pouring itself and pouring itself into its own nature of being. It's absolute. It's the symbol of the infinity symbol. It's just recirculating. It's folding and enfolding upon its own nature, just like a wave. And we are the ocean, just like a wave. All thought is powerful presence. All thought is already in the ocean of mind. And so the universe has only one answer. We, in our little thinking, and maybe it's just me, I'm the one who gets in my own way. God's not getting in my way. God's not putting blockades or barricades in my life. God is not limiting me in any way, shape, or form. God is infinite potential through everything that I am. And so it is the I am within me that needs to learn to say yes to that yes. It is the I am within me that allows the God to be reflected in that sacred yes. God said yes first. We are its reflection. Gary Zukav wrote in The Mind of the Soul, choosing is the act of creation. The most important choices you make are the choices about how you see yourself, the universe, and the relationship to the universe. How do you want to show up in this day? What is your inner seed of divine wholeness calling from you today? What does it want to be reflected and emanated out into the world through you, through your unique, unrepeatable expression? Your yes, it's called faith. Your yes is called faith. The universe, the mind of the infinite, is outpouring every yes you could ever imagine. And we just get to participate in this adventure, the human adventure, that we have been given free will. Some days that's hard. I just want the divine to show me and to tell me what to do, where to go, who to be with, how do I hang out today, where am I going? But this infinite expression of spirit is always saying yes. So it is my duty as a divine inlet and outlet, as the holy flute of the breath of the divine, to show up for myself, to be in the awareness and the mindset that is holy and sacred, yes, is mine to give. It's mine to reflect. I don't know if any of you watch the show The Good Place. I'm absolutely in love with this show. It only made it 4 seasons, and that's unfortunate. But The Good Place has taught me a lot about ethics and philosophy, and it's been this wonderful adventure. And I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But there is a scene in one of the last season's episodes where there's a good place Janet, and good place Janets just say yes. they are whatever it is you need or desire or want, they say yes. And so I like to think that good Janet is the universe. It is the mind of the divine. It's just saying yes. And there's the scene where a gentleman is just saying, okay, I want a Coke. So Janet is holding a Coke. Actually, I want a pina colada. No, I want a board game. No, I want a race car. I want an elephant. I want a zebra. And Janet just kept giving and giving and giving. So it's really important when we practice the sacred yes, that we know what it is that we want, because the infinite energy of the divine is always saying yes, always giving of itself fully and completely. It just wants you to be happy. It wants to feel that joyful expression through you. think of spirit being giddy all of the time. That's what could be your life, my life. When we show up for ourselves, when we show up and learn what it is we want, our imagination is our connection to God. And so imagine what your life could be like if you live from that authentic self. You say yes to you and allow that space in your life for the sacred no, the wise no, right? To say yes to yourself is to be able to be in that place, to show up for yourself, to know that the infinite universe is supporting you. You can support everyone else in your life once you have discovered that divine substance within you that supports you. That sacred yes is with you. And so the peaceful place to be is letting go of cherished outcomes, saying yes to the things and then that beautiful release step, let it go. Say yes and let it go. Life is a lot easier when we let stuff go. We put our prayers in the bucket. We put our contemplations into the mind. We impress upon the infinite law that which we so desire and we so want. And then we need to let it go and let spirit show you the exact expression it wants for you, that it already has a greater yes for you than you could ever know for yourself. And I've been on this journey of yes for some time, being able to say yes when I come from a background of almost over 20 years of chronic anxiety disorder and severe depression. So saying yes to me, for me, was an incredible journey because I couldn't even say yes to getting to the bus on time without having a panic attack. I couldn't say yes to the things I knew spirit had inspired within me because I was feeling so anxious. I would have panic attacks. I would live in my basement for months on end. It was rough, but I knew there was something greater than I am. There's something greater for this life than to sit in the darkest cave of my being. And so I decided one day to be in that place of curiosity and joined this path, this expression and experience of science of mind, knowing that I had the responsibility and the power to use that responsibility, to say yes to me, say yes to that powerful presence that has implanted itself in the very breath of who you are. It is closer to you than the vein in your neck. This infinite intelligence, this divine substance is wholly beloved. And so saying yes is worth it. Saying yes to the things that call forth from you that energy of joy, of love, of peace, of power. Saying yes to the things that are uncomfortable, but you know within the knowingness of you that there is something greater for you on the other side of that yes, something greater for you on the other side of that discomfort and dis-ease. There's something greater for that reflection of the divine that you are in you. So staying curious in your own mind, staying in the question about what is it that you want? What do you really want? Know that so that your yeses are a resounding yes, that spirit can hear your yes so powerfully it can move mountains. When you know who you are, you are the infinite indwelling divine substance of this life. And every morsel of this moment, every moment in the gift of this life is the powerful presence of you being aware presence to that sacred yes that is already within you. Thomas Troward said, in the creative process, you are individualized spirit. Therefore, what you contemplate as the law of your being becomes the law of your being. Spending time with yourself in your mind and not being afraid of the thoughts. They're just thoughts. They're just you thinking. It's just new information you get to be with. So spending time in contemplation of the deep questions only you can know the answer on behalf of the infinite mind. Only you are uniquely qualified to know that true divine expression of who you are. Spirit is here with you, for you, and as you in that journey. We can deepen our spiritual practice with leveling up our intentions, going for the gold instead of heading for the bronze, right? Leveling up our intentions and adding a dash of audacity to our powerful time of prayer. Setting up ourselves for the up-leveling experience of saying yes. We get to know who we are, and we get to level up that experience and expression. And then we focus on what it is we want, what we really want. And then we can direct the flow of our powerful mind to it until it demonstrates the law working through us. Work on this sacred yes. It is so powerful, so magnificent. It is everything Spirit has in store for us when we respond just as the reflection. God said yes first. Now it's our opportunity to be that holy reflection of its own nature. The substance of the divine is in your response. Whatever your response is, the sacred yes or the sacred no, that powerful presence within you has faith enough to trust the path that you are on, to know that the universe, this infinite mind, is not distracting you, limiting you in any way. It is the holy and sacred yes that we get to reflect. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to spend this sacred yes with each and every one of you. And I am so powerfully knowing for each and every one of us that we listen to that sacred yes that is 7 seconds before us, so that we can catch up, take a breath, and say our resounding yes. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much for that beautiful message. And we're going to get the opportunity to have you do a treatment for us at the end of service. Looking forward to that prayer as well. We'll see you in a few. What a gift it is to remember that sacred yes, that it's already our birthright. It's not something that I need to work on. It's already there. It's simply saying yes, accepting it. You know, there's an entire world of gifts on that table for us. Am I taking them? Am I accepting them? And creativity is the month, and that is absolutely what are we creating? And there are several quotes in there, that imagination. I love that quote, Neville Goddard. Our imagination is our connection to God. So let's remember that as we go through. And let's remember that we get that opportunity to connect anytime. Thank you so much for that. And we're at our time for sacred giving. And if you can pass that around. We have the law of circulation states that giving activates receiving. And we have many ways that we can give. And if you've been spiritually fed by our service, know that you can support us through PayPal. And there's the link, and it's also on our website, as well as you can text to give as well. And our sacred giving affirmation, if everyone can join me with that, is divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. And it's so important that we remember that what we circulate is what comes back to us. So if there is fear in anything, then we are holding back those gifts that are ours. For when I give is when I receive, and it comes in that cycle of life. And I love that infinity symbol, that visual that was given that just reminds us, what we put in, we are constantly getting back. And it doesn't always come, and I love finding this, it doesn't always come in the form we're expecting it. Sometimes my greatest gifts came to my mom, or to my children, or my grandchildren. The greatest gifts that I could have possibly received came to people that I loved. So let's remember that when we say yes, it's not just for us. There's no greed in that. There's nothing to say. When I have more to share. And it's not that there's something outside me that is giving it. It is simply me from the inside recognizing it was my birthright all along. So thank you for that reminder, Rusev. I really appreciated that message. And I want to mention tomorrow night on Peace Circle, Karen Drucker is going to be live with me tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Wherever you are in the world, please join us. We would love to have you there and, giving us messages. And I'm sure she even would take requests. She's amazing. And it's being in that place of cultivating peace in our lives, in our world, because we are the change we wish to see. And we are also live on, right after this, we're going to be doing a fellowship. So I'm hoping Steph can join us and we can come together for a fellowship to come together. So looking forward to that as well. And this month, we actually have several different guest speakers coming in, and I'm excited about that. I am in the midst of my exams, on my ministerial exams. So our beloved board and community has been kind and given me that extra time. And what a gift it is to have people that are not only willing to do it, but I am grateful for their nudge to care for me and say yes to me in that practice. And, it has been such an awareness and unfolding, because don't we often forget, I know I do, that I too am deserving of that, of those yeses, that kindness. So what a gift, truly what a gift. And I am going to bring Rev Steph back. And if you can, share your beautiful message in prayer for us.
I love being in this moment with the divine. This beautiful expression of the inhale and the outhale is this beautiful expression of spirit knowing itself in perfect rhythm, in perfect harmony, in perfect peace. And so as I express and experience this moment, I wake myself up. I wake myself up to the fullest expression of that which I am, knowing that there is only one power, one presence, one divine infinite intelligence that has woven itself in and through and as absolutely everything. And I am that. I am spirit remembering that I am spirit remembering. And so I give this place and time my kindness, my compassion, my joy, my love. This is the space where spirit is showing up. And so I give it my fullest attention, knowing that there is no space or place or moment or breath where the divine is not emanating its fullness and activating upon its own nature of being. And I am that. And so as I move into the rest of this day and move into the divine flow of the gift of this life, I awaken to the fullest expression of that sacred yes within me that wants to reveal itself in its fullest expression, wants to be divinely loved, wants to be infinitely created, wants to be that divine substance forming its own nature into whatever it is that wants to be made known through that which I am. For I am spirit simply being spirit. I am the divine play being playful. I am divine love being loving. I am the hospitality of the divine light, knowing that this body temple is a divine reflection and emanation of something that is powerful and strong and absolute wholeness. And so my mind and my body and my very soul move into this day, fully engaged, activated, and alert to the opportunities of my sacred reflection that is always the universe's yes. And so today, I clear my eyes, I soften my gaze, I endeavor to hear new ideas and new perspectives and new opportunities for that divine and holy growth of everything that wants to be made known through me. My mind is clear, my path is paved, and I need do nothing more, but let it be so. And so with a grateful heart, I release this word into the infinite law of mind, where I know it is already pressed down and overflowing. And so all I need to do is let it be so. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so, so much. What a blessing it is. And thank you all for being here, all those online that have joined us. Thank you so much. And we are going to close today with Eddie Watkins Jr. I'm saying yes to life.
Mm-hmm.
Have a blessed day and an amazing week. Let's say yes.
Well, I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes. Woo! Yes to life. Of love within me is expressing itself right now. The spirit of joy within me is expressing itself right now. What are we gonna create today? The universe is ready to play. Yes, spirit surely will lead the way. Yes, if you just say yes. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. Yes, yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes. Woo! Yes to life. I'm saying yes to life. Yes right to here, life. Right now. Yes. Life. The spirit of life within me is expressing itself right now. The spirit of light within me is expressing itself right now. Whatsoever you conceive, if you believe it, you can achieve it. The universe will always agree. Yes, you just say yes. I'm saying yes, saying, saying, saying yes. I'm saying yes, saying, saying, yes, yes, yes. I'm saying yes, I'm saying yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes to life.